Hello everyone, welcome to today's presentation on subsurface drainage system. In the earlier presentation we had seen introduction, requirements and surface drainage system in detail. Changes in moisture content of subgrade are caused by fluctuation in groundwater table, seepage flow, percolation of rainwater and movement of capillary water. In subsurface drainage of highways, it is attempted to keep the variation of moisture in subgrade soil to a minimum. However, the gravitational water can be drained by usual drainage system. So we'll be seeing in detail. So with respect to permeable and impermeable soils, how we can lower the groundwater table, high water table in permeable soil. The highest level of water table should be fairly below the level of subgrade, as we have discussed in the earlier. It should not affect the highway structure, so that's why we have also mentioned at least 1.1 to 1.2 meters below the subgrade level, so that moisture and capillary water should not affect the highway structure. In places where water table is high, almost at ground level, the best remedy is to take the road surface on embankment of a height not less than 1.2 to 1.5 meter above the ground level. That's why we mention highway. The way is at a higher elevation than the ground level. When the formation is to be at or below the general ground level at cuts, it is necessary to lower the water table so as to keep the subgrade as dry as possible. If the soil is relatively permeable, soil is permeable, it is possible to lower the high water table by merely construction of longitudinal drainage trenches with the drain pipe. Here you can see on both the sides, and filter sand. The depth of trench would depend on the required lowering of water table, distance between the drainage trenches and the soil types. If the soil is relatively less permeable, the lowering of groundwater may be groundwater level may not be adequate under the center of pavement or in between the two longitudinal drain trenches. Hence, in addition to the longitudinal trench drains, transverse, so here you can see two dotted lines, transverse drain have to be installed at suitable intervals in order to effectively drain off the water, and thus uh, the we can lower the water table up to the level of transverse drains. Consist These transverse drains consist of perforated pipes. That's why it is shown with the dotted lines. Uh, in this figure, it is very much clear. It is a cross section. If you see the plan, mm, in then it is very much clear. That we'll see in the next figure. This is the plan what we are seeing, and here, as mentioned, longitudinal uh, drain pipes. These are the longitudinal two drain pipes, and transverse drains. These are the transverse drains at frequent intervals, right? And these are perforated pipes at certain depth below. So these will supply the water, take out the water and supply it to the longitudinal side drains, and then that is taken to the nearest valley point. From that it is taken out of the heavy structure. Next is control of seepage flow. When the general groundwater as well as the impervious strata below are sloping, seepage flow is likely to exist. When the ground as well as the impervious strata is below the sloping, seepage flow is likely to exist. If the seepage zone is at depth less than zero point 0.6 to 0.9 meter from the subgrade level, longitudinal pipe drain in trench filled with filter material and clay seal may be constructed to intercept the seepage flow. Here we can see in this diagram uh, the method how that is been followed, and we are taking out the lower the to the desired depth. And there are actually two methods: uh, granular capillary cutoff, and second is impermeable capillary cutoff, right? So that is with respect to capillary rise. So capillary rise, here in the next diagram it is very much clear, that is granular capillary cutoff and impervious capillary cutoff. In granular capillary cutoff, a layer of granular material of suitable thickness is provided during the construction of embankment between the subgrade and the highest level of subsurface water table. Here you can see in the diagram. The thickness of granular capillary cutoff layer should be sufficiently high than the anticipated capillary rise within the granular layer, so that the capillary water cannot rise above the cutoff layer. Hope the things are clear. Here granular material is laid, and this, as the capillary rise will occur, uh, try to move up, that time this granular material will take out the excess water and it will not allow the pavement to damage. Next is, that is impermeable capillary cutoff. In this method, the impermeable membrane or bituminous layer is inserted in the place of granular blanket during the construction of embankment. So it's very much clear with this diagram. So in the same location, instead of the granular material, we are placing the impermeable layer or bituminous blanket. Granular blanket or bituminous layer will prevent the entry of water from lower layers to the upper layer, so it won't get damaged and this water is taken out through the side drains. Thank you very much.